Full house here, huh?
Good afternoon.
Mr. Rich, good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Richmond, you're on, right? I see.
Yep.
Yep, I see you. Ms. Thompson, how are you?
I'm doing great.
It's good to see you. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Appreciate the concern. I'm also just thrilled to be here to be honoring these three students. They are remarkable in their own right, and doesn't surprise me that when I saw the names come through, they were individual students that I've watched grow at Binghamton High School, and couldn't be prouder today. So I know typically we do this. I'm in the building and I meet the senator, we meet with the principals, and we sneak up and surprise our students with this award. So while we weren't able to interject the surprise factor, I think you can take this down in terms of your time at the high school as a unique experience and doing it through Zoom for sure.
This is the world in which we find ourselves, right?
Indeed, it is.
But nonetheless, Emmanuel, who's on the line as well, he texted me and said, full house. And when I turned on the Zoom, for sure. Frank, I see you too. Good to see you.
Great to see you, Senator.
Yeah, hope you and your family are well. Mr. Richmond, why don't I turn it over to you a little bit about the two girls and Yaseen. Talk a little bit about them, and obviously you're their principal, and then I'll talk a little bit about the program and just offer some thoughts as well. If that's okay, Ms.
Yep.
Thompson, is it okay with you?
Absolutely. Please take it away.
Great.
Yes.
Thanks, Kevin.
I appreciate it. Thank you for being here today. So I agree with Dr. Thompson. The surprise factor is gone. I had the opportunity to speak with them individually and just kind of give them a heads up and a congratulatory conversation about each of them, which was great. Obviously, we all need some great and positive news in this crazy world we live in. So we had reached out to the faculty and asked for nominations. We really felt that reaching out to the staff and finding out who are some of our top kids that really we could put up for this. So I've asked Mr. Goulden and Ms. Ketchum to join us today, as they were the two individuals that have nominated our students here today. So there you have three of our best on the screen with you. They are just three individuals that when you need anything, when we have something on in the building, they're always there. They're just overall outstanding people, whether it's from student government or the musicals or just any events that we do in the building, even decorating the outside of our building for some staff, something as little as that. They really are just incredible human beings and three people that really emulate what Binghamton High School stands for. And I truly wish I had a building full of them because they are just that outstanding. So I do want to thank Mr. Goulden and Ms. Ketchum for nominating them, to bring us forward. And obviously, thank you for recognizing them today. And congratulations to our three awesome kids who just really, I don't have enough good things to say about their maturity level, their commitment to the high school, the commitment to the community. And the best part is just three great people.
If it's okay with you, Mr. Richmond, if we could just maybe turn it over to your staff that had nominated the kids, I think that'd be great to hear from them as well, if you're okay with that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Mr. Goulden, do you want to go first?
Sure, I'd love to talk about Yaseen. And I see he's gotten mom off of the phone, and she's now got her own little square in there, so that's great. But I guess something fun about Yaseen, obviously the people in the building know that he's everywhere. You know what I mean? You can't, whether it's band, music, Project Lead the Way, he's everywhere. He doesn't always wear the bow tie, I promise that, but he's everywhere. And it's fun because mom would always say, Mr. Goulden, I'm going to have to pull him from some of these things. If he doesn't keep his grades up, I'm going to have to pull him, right, Mom? And but the best part about him is the fact that he is in all of these things. The grades to me are secondary. He'll always be successful because of who he is and how he goes about business. Mom doesn't always love to hear that, like, the grades will come. He's going to be good. He's going to be good. But it's great. He's a great kid. Like Mr. Richmond said, it'd be nice to have a bunch of them. And I'll miss him.
Very cool. Who's next, Mr. Richmond?
Ms. Ketchum?
Yeah, thanks for having us, and thank you for honoring Colleen and Isabella have been my students since 7th grade. It makes me emotional to think about when I first met them, and since 7th grade they have just always been so hardworking and reliable. Then in National Junior Honor Society with me at West Middle School, they were just always there. Whether it's a charitable event, they just are the first in line to step up, and they're just great role models for everyone else in the building. They're kind, they're considerate. And here at the high school with student government, they're part of my officer team, and they're saying, how can we make lives better for the students at home? How can we work? What can I do? They, Colleen was out in the cold for the homecoming crowning ceremony with me, even though she didn't need to be. Just Bella's texting me about different ideas, and I'm just so thrilled to know them and love them, and they're making the world a better place. They make the high school a better place, and I'm so proud. So congrats, girls, you earned this.
Anybody else, Mr. Richmond?
I have the APs on. They're welcome to say something or not, but Mr. Gould and Ms. Ketchum were obviously the two that put their applications in for us.
Great. So let me start here. It's good to look at this screen and see so many people smiling, especially in the environment which we find ourselves today. So this is very uplifting to be on the call with everybody today. In no particular order, I'm going to go through all three of you guys, just the way your names appear on my paper. Before I do that, Yaseen, I will say this, that I like your bow tie. I tried for a period of time during my tenure in the Senate to not wear a regular tie and to wear a bow tie. And it didn't last that long. My wife did not like the bow tie. So I retired them and I don't have a tie on today, but I'm back to just wearing regular ties. Keep rocking the bow tie, brother, because you look good. You really, really do. I love the bow tie.
Thank you.
You got it. Isabella, let me start with you. Just want to talk a little bit about what your school said about you. And I'm just going to look at my notes for all three of you because I want to make sure that I'm articulating what it is that the school said about all of you. Isabella, you're described as being kind, caring, and an intelligent young woman, nominated by other classmates because you seem to always put the needs of others before yourself. You have shown others who, in dealing with them, great patience and grace. You are a hard worker. You take on more and more responsibility, and you do that all while juggling a very difficult and heavy course load. National Honor Society, Math Honor Society, student government, lacrosse, and you cheerlead as well. I know some of that has been postponed, of course, because of COVID probably, but nonetheless, you have a very, very busy schedule. Colleen, described as one of the hardest working students that you will ever meet. You're kind, you're thoughtful, you're driven. You excel in every opportunity that you're given. First to volunteer, I think we heard about that. You're the last to leave an event. Doing much with student government, again, National Honor Society, Math Honor Society, steel drum band, chorus, crescendos, symphonic winds. Where do you find the time? Would be my first question. But it seems that you have found a way to do that. Yaseen, you're described as the following. You're polite, you're respectful, you're mature, you're witty. You have mastered the fundamentals of being a good citizen, student, and peer. Mom, I'm sure when you hear that, makes you feel very, very good about your son. One of the most gifted musicians I've worked with in 20 years as a school counselor. You broadcast the daily announcements over the loudspeaker. Sounds like a fun job. I'm assuming you enjoy it. We heard this, but amongst all the things that you're doing, you've still found a way to keep a GPA of 93.6%. Mom, I would be elated with the 93.6. I mean, that's pretty darn good. I was happy with a 76, everybody. But Yaseen, clearly you're doing great things on top of your hectic music schedule. You're keeping good grades. And one thing that struck me in the notes as I prepared for today is that you've been described that you are modest and you are humble. And, I think my sense is from all three of the students that we're recognizing today, all of you have humility, which I think is incredibly important. That all of us, regardless of how old we are, where we find ourselves in life, whether we're the president, or we're elected official, we're a lawyer, whatever it is. I think humility goes a long way, right? You can never, ever forget where you came from and how you got there and the people that helped you get there. So being humble in your process, I think, is incredibly important. For us, this is the third year that we're doing the student recognition program. And as Dr. Thompson said, generally we do it in person, but COVID has forced us to kind of do this remotely. And we started this program really because it was important to us as a team in my Senate office to take some time and to recognize all the good things that young people were doing. Because all too often in a community, adults get the credit for things, good things that are happening. And right in front of us, young people like yourselves are doing great, great things. And we needed to recognize that. And more importantly, the facts are the facts. The three of you will be leaders in this community. At least we hope, and your parents hope that you decide to stay here after you graduate and you go to college or whatever it is that you choose to do. But you will be leaders in this community, and it's important that we start to recognize you now at this point in your lives. So that's what we're doing today, and I just couldn't be happier. I'm happy that we're recognizing 3 people from Binghamton High School. I'm glad that we had the opportunity to do that this year. Glad that I've learned a little bit about you, and I feel really good about where we are as a community because we have young people like all of you that are coming up. I want to do this though before we end. I would like all 3 of you, if you'd be so kind, just in this world of COVID, where we find ourselves, right, trying really as Americans and as New Yorkers to get through this together, regardless of our political persuasion. Just what advice would you give other young people who are faced with the same challenges that all of you are faced with? And Bella, can I start with you?
Yeah, of course. So first, I'd like to say I find this program admirable, and I feel very honored to be a part of it. Regarding advice, I would just say stay connected with friends and family, especially during this time, and stay on top of work as best as possible. Find a balance that works for you.
Perfect. Colleen?
First, I want to say thank you also. And I agree with a lot of what Bella said about staying connected with people. Make sure your safety is top priority, obviously, but try and keep yourself out in the community to help people that are less fortunate to have what we have.
That's a really good point and very, very well taken, right? All of us are blessed in our own right in life, and that goes to my point about being humble and just being a good person in the community. So thanks for bringing that up. Yaseen?
I would like to say thank you too, and I agree with both of them. And a point I would add is to never give up, even if it seems hard. Like right now with COVID, like seems difficult with schooling, and just like everything seems like it's just not going to work. Just like keep pushing through it and just never give up, and to continue to keep working, to stay working.
Yeah, Ms. Thompson, I'm smiling ear to ear because this program is real, and thank you for the kind words about the program, but really thank you just for being good people. We talked about our blessings, and I'm blessed to be able to serve this community and represent this community, but thank you for giving us the smiles today and for all your good work, so we can recognize that. And Ms. Thompson, I'm sure you and Mr. Richmond and all the other staff on the line are, and I heard you say it. I mean, you're incredibly happy that you have 3 young people like this, and you wish the building was full of those. But my advice to all of you is to go and spread your cheer and your good joy to other people. And it sounds like you're already doing that. And Colleen, to your point about people who may find themselves in a less fortunate position, I think it's incumbent upon all of us, right? Just as good neighbors and good people, to lift people up every opportunity that we possibly can, because quite frankly, that our community and our state and our nation would be a much, much better place if we just took a little bit of time and did that. So I will stop pontificating. I will just say congratulations once again to all 3 of you. thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for your dedication and your determination to yourselves, but more importantly, to our community. You've made your school district clearly very, very proud. Your family's very proud, and certainly me as your state senator. Mr. Richmond, Ms. Thompson, I'll let you guys close if that's okay.
Sure, I'll let Mr. Richmond have the last word, and I'll just simply add that, you know, I started off by saying how incredibly proud I am, but I think also I want to recognize the fact that of the work of our faculty at Binghamton High School and our leadership. And while these three young people came to us as freshmen and have been with us since, the environment which is created at Binghamton High School has also supported their growth, and that's largely attributed to our faculty and our administration and the other students, of course. So I thank them. I look forward each year for the senator to come to our district and recognize a student or two. I've actually insisted more than one than other districts because we are a larger district, and after all, we have a lot to celebrate. And so I appreciate him extending that to us. So thank you once again for making this opportunity possible, and for letting us, you know, pause, certainly in the season of being thankful, to really appreciate these three young people. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah, I just, you know, thank you. We obviously heard about this message of kindness, which, as we have, if you know the three of them very well, they are just three kind people in general. And so I think that kind of came out through the conversation that right now it's just about being a good person, right? And obviously, as an educator, as a principal, I want good students, but we pride ourselves on having great people, and that's what we have here. And I'm sure, Senator, I gave their addresses so that the large check you told me you were going to give them, the $50,000 check, each of them are going to get, will be coming in the mail, I'm assuming, before the holidays.
Mr. Richmond, before I send that check, the biggest thing we have to focus on is to ensure that the governor doesn't cut 20% from education. So if Ms. Thompson knew that I was sending checks out for this program, she would be very upset with me before we figured out the 20% reduction. But I am going to send you all a very small package of our, just a small token of our appreciation and of our thanks. So we'll mail that out to you. And hell, if I was able to give you all 50 grand, I would, but I'm not going to promise you something that I can't deliver. So,
and if I could just then close with one other thank you, and of course that's to our parents that are here and maybe not been able to, and guardians, and thanking them for raising such incredibly young people. I say this in my messaging all the time that, you know, parents are the first and most important teachers of our students, and we're here to support them as well. And I thank them for their support of their other children. So thank you.
We have an awesome community. We really do. And, you know, when you peel back some of the layers of the onion, you know, you really get to just the greatness of the community. And I guess every community has issues or have problems, but I just think I speak for all of us. I mean, we're blessed to be in this community. We really are. It's a diverse community. It's, you know, different needs and different wants, but nonetheless, I think you know, more often than not, we all find a way to work together to advance life for all of us. To Colleen's point, regardless of where we may find ourselves. So to Bella, Colleen, and Yaseen, again, thank you. Congratulations to all the parents. Thank you. And I mirror what Ms. Thompson said about the faculty and staff. It's a very difficult job. Especially in the time in which we find ourselves, but yet you continue to march forward and ensure our young people have what they need to be successful. So I say thank you for that. I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving and a great holiday. And seriously, I look forward to seeing everybody in person as soon as we possibly can. So thank you all, and God bless you, okay? Bye-bye now. Frank, I'll see you later.